continue to make yourself look like a fool, and I will continue to sit and be moisturized. I'm interested to see what happens, though. Watch what happens.
Candiace, you're here in LA. You look like sunshine.
Yes, I brought the sunshine.
Which we needed.
Yes, because this weather is the pits. Yeah.
Which is not what
is California doing?
Our rent for,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Oh
and
my
Babyface said it never rains in Southern California. He lied.
He lied.
How did we get here?
He lied.
Yes.
He lied. Well, we need to bring the sunshine also to Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yes.
Because, oh man, it does seem like it gets dramatic.
A lot of it, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you got to tell us, what can we expect? The teaser is explosive, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a good trailer, and we've seen the first 3 episodes. And when you're in it, you obviously don't have like the bird's eye view. And I was like going through all of my own personal dramas, but watching it, I was like watching like I wasn't there. It's so funny.
Yes.
It's so dramatic, and everybody is like bringing their own like piece of dramatic foolishness to Thailand, and somehow it works.
Which we need.
Yes.
But why did you sign on to the show? When were you like, Bravo came to you and you're like, yes, let me get with a ton of other housewives. It's going to be dramatic in a foreign country. Why? Why?
Well, one, to travel for free, duh.
Duh.
Like
Okay.
That's always number one. But also like it's an adventure. Like to go to the other side of the world with people that I've never met and see what happens. It's like that's what Bravo and, you know, our Bravo family is all about. Like, watch what happens, watch what happens live. Watch what happens in Thailand. So I was like up for the challenge.
And was it a challenge?
1,000%. Yeah. On Potomac, I feel like we allow each other to get out, like whatever we're gonna say. If it's an insult, I'm gonna let you insult me, and then I'm gonna respond. These girls, it was like, meh, 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 meh. Everybody was talking over. It was just, no one would shut up and let anybody talk. So that, I was just at one point sitting back, just like looking at like, these girls literally just do not stop talking. Like, I'm thinking about in editing, like, how are they gonna
piece
we need
this
like
all
subtitles
together?
Because Marisol is screaming while Alexia is screaming, while Whitney is screaming, while Leah is crying, while Porsha is yelling, and Gizelle is laughing. And I'm just in the corner with a croissant watching the whole thing.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
With a little tea or a little like vodka or something.
Oh, there was tequila.
Tequila,
yeah. For me, it was a lot of tequila.
I feel like a necessity.
In Thailand with these girls, yes.
You bring up Gizelle in the teaser. You call her messy.
Yeah.
And we talked to her last week, and she's like, look, I am messy. It's fine. Yeah. She did admit, she's like, I am messy. But she did say that you guys are not on good terms, which I'm not really that surprised about.
I mean, shocker, yeah.
But what went down between the two of you, your side of the story?
It's not what went down. It's who she continues to prove herself to be. And just not someone that I want in my personal space, not someone whose moral compass I want around me because it's non-existent. And she like doubled down on her lack of morality in Thailand. And it's just, I can't fake the funk anymore and pretend like I can even try to move forward. It is where it is, and it didn't end well.
Are you worried about filming Potomac now with her, or you're like, you don't care?
I mean, I'm not worried because, you know, she shot herself in the foot and looked, you know, like a dunce this season on Potomac, and she kind of carried that dunce foolishness into Thailand. So can continue to make yourself look like a fool, and I will continue to sit and be moisturized.
With your tequila. I'm just picturing like a little teacup with the tequila and a croissant.
Yeah, and some oil for my knees.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we got to talk Porsha.
Yes.
Because it looks like the two of you have a journey, and I don't know, I think journey is the right word,
That is the right word. That's a good word, yeah.
Okay. Tell us what happens.
So we had sort of an interesting start to our interaction, if you will. I'd never met Porsha. I obviously knew who she was, and then she picked a side in the season 5 debacle on Potomac, and she was very vocal. She was very loud and wrong. publicly.
Right.
And, you know, so I responded loudly and righteously, might I add. And, you know, it created this forevermore, this like, oh, contentious moment frozen in time, and the audience is like, oh my God. So then when they announced Porsha as the last member of our cast to round out our cast, I was excited because Porsha she's entertaining, she's funny, she's beautiful, I knew she'd be a great addition to the show.
Right.
But it was also, it brought about a lot of like anxiety because, oh God, now we're gonna have to talk about our beef. And then I found out later that she also was kind of like feeling
a little anxious.
Yeah. So it came up and we talked through it, and it was, that lunch was like a lot. Ooh, there was a moment where her and I were going at it, and then Gizelle and I were going at it, and then the three of us were yelling at each other, and I was like bawling, crying. It was a lot. It was a mess. And then we had some other Porsha and I interactions where I was just kind of calling her on her BS. Like I felt like she was kind of being a mean girl at certain points to Leah, and it was unwarranted. It didn't make sense. And I was just like, what is this about? And then I, of course, asked her about her personal drama with her.
As we need to know. You're
questions
doing
that
the
need answers.
Work
yes,
right there.
you gotta.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
that's why we're all here, to address
here.
the elephants in the room. So I brought the elephant to the lunch.
Amazing.
And we talked about it.
And
yes.
was she open about it?
She gave a Porsha answer.
Got it.
But you know, at the end of the day, she looks incredibly happy with her husband. I was at her wedding.
Yeah.
So, you know, that kind of shows where we were able to come to a good place at the end.
Okay.
They look happy. However they got to where they are now, it appears to be water under the bridge, and it seems fine.
What it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Tell us, who surprised you the most? Because a lot of housewives go on this ultimate girls trip. They're like, there's no way I'm going to get along with so-and-so.
Yeah.
And then they become best friends.
Yeah.
Did that happen with you?
I wouldn't say I became best friends with anyone, but I was surprised by how much I loved, I call them my snow bunnies.
The Salt Lake.
Yes. Whitney and Heather are hilarious. They're so fun. They're really kind, like real women. Yeah. And I don't think that translated for me watching their show. But just talking, I talked with them like on and off camera the most.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can reunite at BravoCon and have a whole
right?
A whole thing.
A reunion.
A whole reunion.
With my snow bunnies.
You got to tell us though, what do you think is the most explosive thing that happens in Thailand? There has to be like one thing that you're like, oh my God, how did that happen?
Well, Leah falling out and going to the hospital.
Yeah, the Leah of it all. We've heard the rumors.
Yes.
There's a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
So, well, what have you heard?
We've heard it was just wild with her.
Yeah, well, so there was a rumor that she was like throwing
elephant poo.
That didn't happen.
Okay.
if you've seen, so Porsha was throwing the mud at everybody, but Leah wasn't even over there when that was happening. So I don't know how that became Leah's throwing stuff. Yeah, I would say like her falling out and going to the hospital and having to like be admitted to the hospital, that was a lot. There was this whole thing where Gizelle accused us of stealing something, and she puts us on trial, and she wants to search our rooms. And I was like, you can suck it. Like, we're not doing that. And that became this whole explosive thing. And it was in the trailer where I was like, bye, you green, whatever I said. Yeah. So that was really stupid, but that became explosive. And then when Pepsi read us all for filth.
Shouting, you fight, 2 minutes, hey, give me a hug. That is fake.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, one last question, and it's a Potomac question for you.
Yes.
So, the Robyn Juan drama of it all. I need your hot take, because a lot of fans want her to be demoted to friend of. Because look, you're on a reality show.
About your life.
So, give me your hot take, Candiace.
Well, first thing, I'm glad that I'm not an executive. I'm glad that I'm not Andy Cohen and et al. And others, because I wouldn't want to be tasked with making those kinds of decisions. Because at the end of the day, like, this, especially for Robyn, you know, and the OGs of Potomac, they started the show. They have helped to build the show to what it is today. And it would be a sad day to say goodbye to any of us. It was sad when Charisse left. It was sad when Katie left. It'll be sad when when most anyone leaves. Not everybody. Shade. But for Robyn, especially because I do feel like she's played a quietly pivotal role in our show as far as being the neutral person that can keep everyone together in a way.
Right.
I think people would say the same thing about Cynthia, for example, in Atlanta. Everybody doesn't have to be explosive to be impactful. And I feel that way about Cynthia, and I think I felt that way about Robyn. I do see that there need to be some changes. What that looks like on our show, how we navigate that, I don't know. I mean, I think for me, I've always given 100%. So it did hurt to learn that someone who seemed to be preaching about giving 100% was giving 2%.
Right. And
then hiding things with her friends to make my family and my husband look like a predator when he's clearly not. So I have a lot of feelings about it. I'm interested to see what happens, though. Watch what happens.
Plug your tour, because it's happening. We're excited. Tell us about it.
So this is Deep Space Deluxe, or Deep Space 2.0, the second leg of my tour. I went on tour last October. So we're doing like 9 cities this year. It was 5 last year.
So big.
9 this year. I've been leaving out Nashville. So Nashville, Pomona, California.
Fun.
We did Boston already. Chicago, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, DC, New York. So, and we're spreading it out this year because I did like back-to-back last year. So I'll be moving around the country between now and like October. Yeah, so I'm excited because I have new music with the Deep Space Deluxe is out. Yes. I'm excited to perform the new music. I'm also recording new music for another album.
Nice.
So I'm excited for what that's going to even look like, because I'm still figuring out where I want to go, what I want my sound to continue to be.
Right.
And I'm blessed that, you know, everybody's excited. Tune in very soon, March 23rd, to Ultimate Girls Trip 3, Thailand, baby. Get into it.